Before the headlines, the resignation story is really about stability. If it shifts legislation, public trust, and markets in United Kingdom, government, regulated industries, and voters feel it first. Stay for what changes next, not just who yelled loudest. This is Should I Care? Facts first, consequences next. Now the useful detail. In United Kingdom, watch legislation, public trust, and markets. In United Kingdom, the story centers on Keir Starmer announces he'll resign as Prime Minister, kicking off contest for Labour successor. Fact confidence 95 out of 100. The shared reporting points to Keir Starmer announces he'll resign Prime. The useful angle is how this pressure moves through legislation, public trust, and markets. A softer detail to watch. Keir Starmer announces resignation as UK Prime Minister. Why care? Who is likely to be affected? Government, regulated industries, voters, and public services. The practical effect is rules. What politicians, courts, or regulators do next can change the choices people actually have. The catch is that the consequences are still developing, so the next update matters more than the loudest reaction.
Maya, you're up. Next up, the obituary is also a market memory. In United States, the story centers on Alan Greenspan, U.S. Fed maestro, dies at 100. Fact confidence 95 out of 100. The shared reporting points to Alan Greenspan maestro, dies. The useful angle is how this pressure moves through public trust, markets, and legislation. A softer detail to watch. Alan Greenspan, who steered the Federal Reserve through both boom and crisis, dies at 100. Why care? Who is likely to be affected? Institutions, businesses, and consumers. Trust is the quiet fuel in the machine. When it drops, people punish leaders, brands, and institutions faster than usual.
Jordan, you're up. Also on the board, the talks sound better, the risk is still there. In United States/Iran, the story centers on U.S. weighs Iran sanctions. Trump says he will do what I have to if Tehran misbehaves. Fact confidence 95 out of 100. The shared reporting points to waves: Iran, sanctions, Trump, Tehran. The useful angle is how this pressure moves through security, energy, and public trust. A softer detail to watch. Trump issues stark warning to Iran as Tehran credits Swiss talks with preventing Lebanon bloodshed. Why care? Who is likely to be affected? Security officials, travelers, and markets. The risk is not just the event itself, but whether leaders respond calmly or turn one problem into three.
Alex, you're up. Now to this one. The missing detail may matter most. In Ireland/UK, the story centers on arrest of Donaldson came at the height of his political powers. Fact confidence 95 out of 100. The shared reporting points to arrest Donaldson came height political powers. The useful angle is how this pressure moves through public trust, markets, and legislation. Why care? This lands in Ireland/UK as a credibility test, and credibility is hard to refill once the tank is low.
Maya, you're up. Keep this one in view. The space race still needs real cash. In global news, the story centers on SpaceX turns to bond market to raise capital, reports $100. 8 billion cash. Fact confidence 83 out of 100. The shared reporting points to SpaceX market billion. The useful angle is how this pressure moves through markets, your wallet, and policy. A softer detail to watch. BTC analysis. SpaceX's $600 billion plunge erased nearly half of Bitcoin's market cap in 3 days. Why care? Who is likely to be affected? Investors, businesses, and consumers. This can tug on markets, your wallet, and policy, which means the headline may show up later as prices, risk appetite, or a slower decision somewhere.
Jordan, you're up. Keep this one in view. The bill may arrive after the headline. In United Kingdom, the story centers on this King of the North could become the next UK PM. But who is Andy Burnham? 23. Fact confidence 95 out of 100. The shared reporting points to Andy Burnham. The useful angle is how this pressure moves through markets, your wallet, and policy a softer detail to watch. 52 questions for Andy Burnham. Why care? In United Kingdom, the first impact is confidence. Traders, companies, and households can all read this as a reason to get more careful.
Alex, you're up. Meanwhile, the facts are moving faster than the answers. In China, the story centers on China and Australia forge innovative agricultural alliance. Fact confidence 85 out of 100. The shared reporting points to China, Australia, forge innovative agricultural alliance. Why care?
Maya, you're up. Meanwhile, a money story with a trust problem. In United States, the story centers on is hearing loss and Alzheimer's warning sign? Research shows new risk factors. Fact confidence 65 out of 100. The shared reporting points to is hearing loss and Alzheimer's warning sign? The useful angle is how this pressure moves through markets, your wallet, and policy, a softer detail to watch. Stock market at risk of 20% drop. Strategist sees 6 warning signs. Why care?
Like, subscribe, and keep one eyebrow responsibly raised.